Is there anything more constant? Time is always there, although it is not there for you. Neither is it against you. Time is completely fair in every sense of the meaning. But what is time? Does it even really exist outside the realm of our imaginations? These are answers I do not know. How long has it been? For me, it feels as though an eternity has passed. But I guess that's the funny thing about time. It is as you perceive it. But the only thing I perceive right now is that we are back with a new video. And not only that, a hopeful new series as well. How y'all doing? I know it's kind of been a while. Like 7 months, half a year or something like that. Don't worry about it. We'll work out the details and it'll be fine. We are back with a game that I've been quite enjoying recently. Actually, that is kind of loud, that music. I might want to turn that down. I should have done this beforehand. Hold up. Settings, right? Music volume. Maybe turn that down just a tad. There we go. Anyway, Hades, as I was saying. Hades is a fairly new roguelike, progressive dungeon crawler, hack and slash, good time. And I've been quite enjoying it. It's still in early access, as you can see. It's from the Supergiant Studios, makers of games such as Bastion and Pyre, and other popular titles. It is pretty polished, and as you might be able to tell from the name, it is based in Greek lore, which I am a huge fan of. So, getting into it, you can see I already have a save. I played, a decent amount. I'm not an expert by any means, but I know the basic core aspects of the game. That was strange. The audio just got louder as I click a new save. I'm going to be playing a new save. Hold up. I guess we have to change all this again. Let's turn all this stuff down. We could probably keep voice volume up a little bit. Sorry about this. I should be more prepared after being away for so long. There's a god mode? What? Instantly makes... No. Who needs that? That is not a good time. Anyway, let's get into it with a new save. And I will be quiet as the opening cinematic plays.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Goodbye, Father.
And that is the opening cinematic. And we will be listening carefully to our main character. Isn't he cool? He's a little devil child. His name is Zagreus, and he is the son of Hades. And as we will find out, his entire objective, and the objective of this game, is to escape the underworld, where he lives. Now, to do this, we obviously are going to have a bit of a tough time. As you can see, these hands, they don't want us to go anywhere. They are playing a weird game of rock, paper, scissors that I don't want anything to be part of. However, these ghosts here, these are just shades of former humans who have now come to the underworld, and I can do that, and now they're dead. Well, they were dead before, but you know what I mean. There are little pots everywhere, and from what I can tell, there's nothing in them. Yeah, get out of here. There are a lot of kind of unique elements to this game that I haven't really played in a dungeon crawler before. As you might be able to tell, the camera angle is it's weird. It's kind of at like this off askew angle to where we're off center, but to run straight, you have to run diagonally. You have to put in diagonal inputs on your controller/keyboard. It's kind of weird, but it works, you know, with the aesthetic of the game. As you can see, it's quite beautiful. And now I will quit stalling for time and actually get into it. We will go through the door and proceed. I'll basically let the game explain things as I play. So there are elements. You can destroy some of these towers, and they drop rocks.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
This dude's gonna try and stop us. And he got wrecked for it. Will that be a prelude to how this episode goes? We shall see. So as you might be able to tell, you have a dash, and you can dash pretty often. In your dash, you're invulnerable, and obviously you can dodge things with a well-timed dash, such as that, not that. And you might be able to tell, when I slam into a wall, the wall slam pops up, and I do a little additional damage as well as stun the enemies. As soon as this room is over, though, I will need to fix something. There we go.
There she is.
There she is. Who could he be referring to as she? Hold on, I'm going to fix this real quick. This should be better. Yeah, we're good to go. Alright, let's find out who she is.
It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
Well, thank you, Athena. We do appreciate it. Okay, so in this game, you get, instead of items, you get what's called boons. And these boons are basically abilities that you acquire throughout the run. And you can also acquire enhancements for those abilities that we will find later. But for now, Athena, she gives us abilities that have deflect, the deflect property. So deflect, we can turn foes' attacks back against them. So we can either do that with our basic attacks. Our attack is stronger and can deflect. Our cast, which I have yet to show off, but we do have a cast. It's like a little magic spell that we shoot out. It damages foes in a small area and can deflect, and then your dash deals damage and can deflect. So deflect properties are pretty good because they keep you safe, but I think I'm going to go with attack. That's probably the most controllable, right? Other than dash might be better at the
your power fused with
higher
mine.
ranks.
This should be good.
So now, as you can see on our attack, we have a little shield effect almost. It looks a little different than it used to. And each god/goddess that you come across will have a kind of theme. So Athena's was deflect, and another god might have a different theme that we will discover as we go on. So let's proceed.
Am I interrupting something?
Alright, let me get my... I haven't played in a little while here, so I gotta get my...
Just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I gotta get warmed up. That's right, Zagreus. Took the words right out of my mouth. So as you can see, my attacks go where my mouse is pointing, where the cursor is. So it's kind of like a hack and slash version of Enter the Gungeon. That's probably the best comparison I can make. Okay, so this stuff is called Darkness, Dark Crystal. I don't know. It's basically currency. It's basically currency to buy abilities.
Its own reward.
And as Zagreus pointed out, each exit has its own reward. We can choose one of two paths here. As we found out, this symbol here is the symbol of Athena. So we can get another boon from her or an upgrade. Or we can go after this juicy pomegranate. Which I will go for the juicy pomegranate. Because they are delicious.
There.
And they are the fruit of the gods. Alright. And as you might notice on the ground, there are some interesting things right there. As you saw the spikes coming up and hitting me, there are traps all over the place.
A palm of power.
Probably shouldn't have sacrificed my health to show off that, Frank, but it'll be fine. We got a palm of power, and what that does...
Gods grant me strength.
It powers up our abilities. So the boon we just got from Athena will increase to level 2, where our attack damage goes from 40% up to 56% up, which is quite nice.
I feel stronger.
So now we can either go for the darkness or a key. Keys can be used to unlock weapons and other abilities, stronger abilities.
Witches. They're armored.
Ah, yes, armor. When you see a yellow shield over the health bar, that means an enemy has armor, and they're a little bit tougher to deal with, and they don't flinch when you hit them until you break their armor. So if you've noticed, when I hit enemies, they're kind of stun locked, right? I can just keep hitting them until they die. But when they have armor, you have to break that first. They will keep attacking you, even when you're attacking them. Yes, I do wonder. Alright, is there anything else? I will eventually shut up and let the game explain itself, but for right now, I would like to get the core mechanics explained, just to clear up any confusion. So that symbol that we just went through the door of, we will hopefully complete this room and find out what that symbol is. There we go. And that little crystal is my cast. Here, I'll show it off right there. It does an okay amount of damage. The thing is, you have to go pick it up after you cast it. So like that, now it's stuck in the enemy. Now I have to kill them or hit them enough to where they drop it. Like that, before I can use it again. So, it's an interesting mechanic. There's another trap right there. Don't want to get hit by that. Alright. Now he's stuck. Cool.
Cries of battle.
The cries of battle. I wonder who that could be.
This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Sure thing, Ares. Just a side note, I really dig the designs in this game. The character designs. They're quite good. So Ares will give us a boon here, and his whole thing is this doom. That's his theme. But there are other things, as you can see. Your special inflicts doom, which I haven't showed off my special yet, which it's okay with our current weapon. And the doom is a status curse. After a brief moment, a victim takes a burst of damage when you hit them with your special. And that damage is 70, which can be good. Slicing shot, your cast sends a blade rift hurtling ahead, and it's like a slashing metal vortex that rapidly deals damage, 10 per second, I believe, or per hit, whatever hits per second that is. Then here is a rare boon. After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. And the damage bonus is quite large, 143%. So that can get really good for just chaining enemy deaths. So when you get a room full of enemies, that can it can really snowball. For the sake of just kind of exploring all avenues for this first run, I'm going to take Blade Rift.
With your power, Lord Ares, maybe I'll get out of here yet.
Because it's pretty good. Yes, you can press B and you can look at your boons, kind of review what you got going on, and then we will go for this key. So here's my Blade Rift.
Louts.
It did an okay amount of damage, as you can see. It's better when you can get things trapped in there, for sure. go. Just gotta avoid damage while dealing damage. There we go.
Phew.
Go get this. And you can dash over gaps like that if they're not too large. See, I can dash that way, but not like that way. Or vertically, you know.
One for the stash.
So we got a key. Is there anything around the room? Because sometimes after rooms, you'll get like a little shop or something, or treasure chest. But I suppose we'll worry about that later. We got an elite fight coming up. That's the little symbol you see here, the skull. And another Ares boon ahead. So this is our first elite fight. We got a couple of these guys. And they are in a room full of traps. I completely missed my cast, but that's okay. There we go. They basically hurl poisonous bombs at me. There we go. Oh, got hit by that. Oh, yep, he got me. So now I have to be careful. I only have 12 health. Now I only have 9. Taking trap damage. But we got through it.
That's what you get.
And the traps do disappear after you complete the room.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. So we have a couple other boons here. Blade Dash. Your dash creates a Blade Rift where you started. It's a little weaker than your our other Blade Rift, but it can be good. Your attack, special, and cast deal more damage by 12%. So it's just an all-around damage up. Or your Blade Rift effects last longer and pull foes in. Now I think that's pretty interesting. And I think I'll go with that just for... you know, why not?
I will keep fighting.
So now we have, we can go for more darkness.
Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
Yes, I should mention as well, since he said that, there is no healing that you can get throughout the course of a run, except for certain conditions. There are no hearts or health that can drop from enemies unless you buy a condition that makes that so, which I will review if we get to that point. This symbol, we will go to a shop where we might be able to buy health. Indeed we can. But who's this character?
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and... Hey, what's that? You got some sort of wares for sale? Then I'll just have a look around.
Indeed. That is Charon, the river boatman of the River Styx, who carries the souls of the dead to the underworld. And he is also the manager of this shop. So, go figure. A little sparkly.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about. Available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
Indeed.
That would be me.
It would. So as you can see, we can buy a another pomegranate of power if we had the gold for it, which we do not, unfortunately. But we can restore some health by buying that, which I will, for some sustainability. And also, this symbol here represents health as well. Max HP, as well as a little boost in health. So that will be nice if we can complete this room. Let's try out the Blade Rift. Alright, not bad. There we go. Let me get my Blade Rift again.
Don't come back.
Now we have to remember my attacks can deflect, like this. So that can be quite useful when dealing with these ranged enemies. Because they will deflect right back at the enemies, which is nice. Take that.
A centaur heart.
A centaur heart indeed.
I
So we
don't
got
think we've been
25
for a bit.
max HP as well as a bit of a heal. So that's nice. Let's see here. And there's nothing in the pots. Until later down the road where that actually changes. But we won't get to that point for a while. So this will keep on going. Armored enemies.
Blow.
There we go. Oops. You don't want to land on the spikes.
Coin from the dead.
Yep. 100 gold.
Mystical coins.
And then I tend to think early game that darkness is a little more prevalent of what you want to go for. But keys can unlock weapons and stuff like that. But I will go for the darkness in this case. Just to kind of show off what we can do with it afterwards.
Wretches.
Wretches. Cool.
Weak.
Trash talking more Cerberus. Oh, ran right into that. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Not a very good showcase for my first time. This is not my first run, though. I have a bunch of gold now, so I'm going to prioritize the shop. That, and I'm low on health, and I kind of need a little boost again.
Charon's shop.
Which I can get. I can't quite afford both the health and the health up, but restoring the current HP I've got is high priority at the moment. And I can also get the 25 darkness. Let's see what the narrator has to say.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
That's not ominous foreshadowing or anything, right? It's totally ominous foreshadowing. As you can see, that's a scary symbol, and that means a boss is approaching.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, Cerberus. Not one step further.
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back, like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way.
A man after my own heart.
Alright, so you can tell there's a bit of a history between these two. Megra, a Fury. One of the Fury sisters, and she is quite furious indeed.
Hold it right there.
Ouch.
I'll make you scream.
She does quite a bit of damage. And summons enemies as well. On a side note as well, I dig the boss music a lot. It's kind of like a play on the main theme, just a little more intense. Ouch.
Suffer.
Suffer. Oh god. Yeah, she got
Give
me.
Hades my regards.
Okay. So we are now dead, and that is game over. Thanks for watching. Never mind. There's a little bit more.
Damn it.
As we come back
Home.
from the dead to our home, the House of
Yes,
Hades.
carry on, everyone. Don't mind me.
Indeed.
Back already.
Oh, who's that guy? What a weirdo.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Indeed.
Alright, so this is basically our central hub, our home world, if you will, where we come back when we die out in the battlefield. And this is where we buy upgrades and do all sorts of stuff. Now, this is also the home of the most important thing in this game. The absolute 100% most important thing that you could possibly do in this game, and it is absolutely required to do it. And that is to pet Cerberus.
There's a good boy.
I'm sorry he disturbed you, Cerberus.
Cerberus loves me, okay? He's a good boy. Let's talk to him.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
You watch over things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could.
No. Yeah, Cerberus is a good boy. So we gotta keep good watch on him.
You've returned.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Good to see you, lad. Despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
Indeed.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
The great hero Achilles is here. Yeah, he is kind of Zagreus' mentor, as we find out in the ways of the weaponry.
The House of Hades. That dark and lavishly appointed lair of the underworld's king is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
And that's kind of a thing I like too. The narrator kind of breaks the fourth wall, or rather Zagreus does, and they kind of have a little bit of banter back and forth here and there. It's kind of cool. Let's talk to this guy.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
Okay. So, yeah. Hades doesn't want us to leave, but he's not going to try to stop us because he thinks it's impossible to leave. But Zagreus wants to leave. So it's basically a typical father-teenage-son story, you know.
You have come home.
Hello.
Do not despair, and hold to your resolve, child. Tell me something. Has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word and her willingness to lend you her support?
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in.
Yeah, she came in clutch.
It gladdens me to hear it. Seldom do Olympians consort with those born of the underworld. Yet your circumstances seemed due cause for an exception. She shall make a powerful ally.
Indeed. Alright, and then there's nothing over here at the moment, except for we can go to the big glow purple room.
Hey, room. I'm back.
And this is Zagreus' room. Let's examine it.
The bedchambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
No. Everyone should have a saber-toothed cat carpet thing, right? Well, let's go to bed.
If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Okay. We cannot go to bed. but we can reflect on our past.
Night and darkness guide me.
Alright, so this is the progression part of the game. So basically you have these little abilities here that you can build up over time with the darkness that we acquired throughout the run. So this one here, Shadow Presence, each rank gives you plus 10% damage when you strike foes from behind. So when you like dash behind an enemy and hit them in the back, you'll do more damage. This one, you'll restore 1 health whenever you enter a chamber. And that can increase up to like 5, I think, maybe? Death Defiance. Each rank restores you for 50% of your life one time when your life total is depleted. So when you would die, you go back to half health. And then Greater Reflex. Each rank lets you perform 1 additional dash in quick succession. So if you want a little more mobility, that's the route you go. If you want more sustainability, this is the route you go. And if you're bad and want a free second chance, like me, you pick Death Defiance. No, it doesn't mean you're bad. It just... Oh my goodness, I just got a cramp in my hamstring. I am sorry. Oh, I think I tore my ACL. I feel like Robert Griffin III. Okay. And then as you can see, these keys that you get can unlock some even more abilities. Like this one takes 36 keys. So you have to be playing for a while. But, yeah. So instead of exiting out, why don't we put our points into something? So I think I'm going to go with a little more sustainability since I took damage quite a bit that last run. I might put both points into that. Or I could put points into Death Defiance just so I get a second chance, basically. And as you can see, the gem total increases per rank. So it was 30 for the first rank of Death Defiance, now it's 500. So you have to build up towards things.
Excellent.
And then there's nothing else we can really do in the room right now, so we can go over here.
Okay.
And we can use keys to unlock a
I
weapon.
can escape through that pink window there.
Pink window, yes. That's where we start a new run, going through that window. But as you can see, we got some weapons lined up here. We've got the sword, which we're currently using. We've got a spear that we can't afford, a shield that we can't afford, but we can afford the bow, which I am pretty keen on doing.
There we go.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Coronacht, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some depth.
Over here.
What the?
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist.
I mean, he's asking for it. So this is the bow. You basically charge it up, and then... bleh.
Didn't hurt.
What are you, George Bush? Then you got this for a special. And you get a like a critical power shot if you time it right. So
Nice one.
you'll get that sound effect and that little flash. Like that.
Yeah.
And I never showed the special with a sword, because it's not that great.
Pretty
But it does
neat
this.
you got there. Good one.
Little circle. Little stabby stab in the ground. And you can beat this guy up for, like, ever and ever.
What if I beg for mercy, huh?
Yeah, what if you beg for mercy? Why don't you give it a try?
Whoops.
Oh, killed him. And he just spawned.
Bet I got you pretty good.
Not really. So anyway, that is pretty much the base of the game. There is this cabinet here, which we can't really interact with. We'll get certain keepsakes throughout the run, which I will explain once we get to that point. However, for the moment, I think that will do for the episode. And I do apologize for being away for so long. It's you know, life happens, and some things come up, and then other things come up, and then you're like, oh, 7 months have passed. But I do want to get back into some Slay the Spire and some Risk of Rain, because a lot of updates since the last time I played those on this channel, and a new character for Slay the Spire, and a new character for Risk of Rain, a few new characters since the last time I played on the channel. But we'll get to that in the future. I don't know what my upload schedule is going to be from here on out. I do want to get back into kind of consistent recording, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to play it by ear, and hopefully make Hades a series, and continue on with the old series and all that sort of stuff, and maybe get some streaming in there sometimes if I can figure out the technical aspect, which I'm trying to get better at. As you can see, I am in the process of learning how to edit videos, as you could tell by my little weird intro. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will hope to see you next time. Goodbye.